Hey everyone, it's Sunday, it's Edward's Emoji Day, it's nighttime, it's snowing, and oh yeah, it's April! So quickly before we get into the retrospective portion of tonight's programming, there are a few questions to answer. First, Lizzie, who has two questions from the Bible of Womanhood, that is Cosmo magazine. What is the biggest risk I've ever taken? Well, in my short 22 years on this planet, it could quite possibly have been joining the online Harry Potter fandom. I was very, very into the books before, but it was all private and personal. I read them and watched the films and did all of those things that we do now, but solo. And so jumping into the online fandom and chat rooms and forums and websites and all that stuff like that, that was a pretty big jump because I'd never done stuff like that before. So maybe that. I've done a fair few other risky things in my life, but those aren't ones that one shares on YouTube. Andy, you asked what our goal was for this next year, from now until next April, besides LeakyCon. Well, like Addie, I would really like to have a job by this time next year, hopefully sooner. I hope that people will start hiring again and the recession will right itself, and yeah, I really like to have a job. That would be pretty sweet, I think. Addie asked what book we are reading now. This one. I'm still in the preface, which is sad, but I have started reading it, which is better than the past 2 months, where I've read nothing but textbooks, so I'm making progress. Now, on to the retrospective portion of tonight's program. I came to the Room 3428 vlog as more of a friend and a fan and a follower of this channel. I really wasn't one of the 7 people who expanded their relationships and became closer through the daily vlogs here, but I was one of the people who, from the very beginning, witnessed that happening, and I feel very privileged to have seen that and to have experienced it. I've told most of you privately that through these 5-minute vlogs each day, it feels like I get to spend like one-on-one time with you, and since we see each other maybe once a year or longer sometimes, that's really good, and that's really something that I enjoy a lot. I think this project has really brought us a lot closer and given us a window into our own lives that other people may not have, because we see you every week. We see what you're going through and what's happening in your life, in your family, in your town, in your house, and that's something very special as well, I think. From the very first video of Josh sort of explaining the legend of the red panties that sort of started this whole thing, to looking at your rooms and your tattoos and getting to see, your parents and kids and spouses and friends, going through the first, set of challenges where you got to see 80s week and Lizzie speaking in Pig Latin and Addie being upside down, and Queen Lizzie and Prince Addie, to seeing Kim marry Peter, to see their honeymoon and meet up with Andy in London, and all of us be together at Terminus and see the videos from there and relive the amazing time that we had that week, and see all the extras and Farrah's special challenge for Mr. Carpenter. I'll certainly never forget that night. You see MJ being a clown and Andy talking about books and Kim moving and us going to New York on the spur of the moment and going ice skating in Rockefeller Center and spending time together, and to see all of your self-portraits, to be with you for your Thanksgiving traditions and your Christmas traditions, and seeing you with your family then. And then moving on to this year, to this 2009, and where we are now as we move closer day by day, hour by hour towards LeakyCon. See the stress rise as that comes closer, and just be there in our lives in a very visual way, a way that we really wouldn't have if it wasn't for this project. So I think all in all, I'm just really thankful for this channel, and very, very glad that we have been able to do this and to be a part of each other's lives in this way. And I really can't wait for this to continue next year, and I can't wait to see what that next year brings us. So anyway, as a fan, and as a friend, and as your official Room 3428 substitute, I love you all. I miss you all. I wish you all were here, but I'll see you very soon, and on we go. Mwah.